I'd like to welcome you all on behalf of the New York Society for General Semantics to our second Language of Poetry program. For those of you that are not familiar with us, the New York Society for General Semantics is about 72 years old now, and it is an organization that is dedicated to the field of general semantics. General semantics was started back in the 30s by Alfred Korzybski, or Korzybski if you prefer the proper pronunciation, and then many others got involved in the movement, including my mentor and mentor of some others, Neil Postman. And the general idea of general semantics is that it is concerned with the way that we relate to and understand our environment and interact with our environment. And that includes our modes of perception and our use of language. And communication, and that moves into media as well. And it is also a program for improving our ability to deal with language and to understand our world and evaluate things properly. And general semantics is a long connection to the idea of science and scientific method, but being interested in language, that also connects us to poetry as well. And in fact, the official journal of general semantics, called Etc., which is also the title of an E.E. Cummings poem that was based on it, it is about the idea that there's always more to say. And of course, there's a lot more to say about general semantics than I can say right now. But you've all registered, presumably, for this program, and you can find a introductory kind of cursory summary of general semantics on the New York Society's About page, and I hope you'll read it. And on our links and resources page, we have a number of articles that can be downloaded where you can read more about it as well. The New York Society for General Semantics does not charge for these events. It's free and open to the public. And we just ask that you register ahead of time, because this is a private club. We do encourage you, however, to join the Institute of General Semantics, and you can find that by Googling Institute of General Semantics or just generalsemantics.org. The Institute of General Semantics publishes the journal, etc. And every year, the Institute of General Semantics has its annual Alfred Korzybski Memorial Lecture, followed by a 2-day symposium. And the New York Society co-sponsors this, and we're very pleased to announce, this is hot off the presses, that this year's Korzybski lecture will be given by Diane Ackerman. I like that. Special kudos to our yes. You know her in what sense?
I have her book.
Which book?
On the census.
Okay, on the census. Well, that's great, because most people know her as the author of The Zookeeper's Wife, which was made into a major motion picture. But she's also has written many nonfiction works on the census, on deep play, and most recently on the Anthropocene, which is the idea that we are in a new geological era, one in which human beings are the most significant factor in the entire world, in terms of ecology and just the way that our atmosphere and our lands and oceans are working. And that's what we look forward to her talking about. But I do want to note, in light of tonight's performances, that Diane is also an accomplished poet, has many books of poetry which I have read and I highly recommend to you, almost as much as tonight's poets. But in any event, we're very pleased to bring this event to you. As I said, this is the second time we've had programs on many different subjects here, including several on politics, the language of politics, which has gotten a little nasty, on science and the idea of truth, the philosophical idea of truth, on Bob Dylan and his lyrics, on science fiction and a number of other topics. So, we hope you'll come back and for our other programs. For the Alfred Krzyzewski Memorial Lecture, I know I'm going back and forth, but this will be on October 26th. It's with a dinner at the Princeton Club. That's uptown. It's more hoity-toity than this. More fancy pants. But I do want to note that to attend this, all you need to do is become a member of the Institute of General Semantics, which gives you the subscription to the journal, etc. And membership is pretty reasonable. Marty, $50 for a full member, and students are
25.
Are only $25. What?
Which includes the dinner.
And with that, you are entitled to come to the dinner and lecture, as well as receiving a subscription to, etc. Such a bargain. So again, we encourage that, and we're very pleased to have you all with us tonight. And I am now going to turn things over to our MC, our moderator for tonight's program, who's one of the members of the Board of Directors of the New York Society, Teresa Manzella.